What's up, guys? It's Ken. I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be checking out and talking about plugins to get if you're just starting out engineering and how to go about it, because there's definitely a lot out there and there's different ways to go about it. First off, I do want to say that I'm sorry for the video that I uploaded yesterday, my last video. It didn't render the full video. The full video wasn't rendered. So by the time I had uploaded it and I realized, I deleted the files and I couldn't go back and re-edit. So I would have needed to re-record the whole video. But this video is going to be tied to the previous video. We're going to be talking about plugins, plugin bundles, and different options like that. So first off, if you have a UAD interface, then you obviously have the option to get their plugins that run on the hardware. I say that because most people do have UAD interfaces nowadays, like the Apollos and all that. So you could get those plugins, and I'm pretty sure some of them are cheaper, but it might not be the best idea to just get those plugins that aren't native. Now, they obviously do have native plugins, which brings me to their Spark subscription. So it doesn't tell me on the website how much it is a month, because it makes me log in to see the offer. I guess there's a deal right now. And I don't remember my password, so I'm not going to try to log in right now. But from what it looks like, the plugins that come with it are basically all you really need. It comes with a good amount of compressors, the LA2As, the 76s, EQs, reverbs, and I think to start out, if the subscription is like $25 a month, let's just say, it might be, it might not be, because I'm not sure what the price is, but if it is like $25 a month, that's a pretty good deal, in my opinion. And like I said, they are native, so they don't run on any UAD hardware. You don't need the hardware for them. So that's definitely one option. And also, there's nothing wrong with just buying some of the native plugins outright. That kind of has to do with the previous video I made, whether it's better to do subscriptions or to just buy the plugins outright. That's something to consider. But UAD plugins have always been very good, solid, and a good choice. The next thing that I would probably recommend is Waves. They now have the creative access. Or before we get into creative access, they have a couple bundles. So they got the Horizon bundle for about $300. You get 93 plugins. This is a good option because those 93 plugins are basically all you need, except for the auto-tune. It's not in there, but you can buy it for another $30, I want to say. So something like the Horizon bundle for $300 is definitely a good option, because you're gonna get everything you really need. And then same thing, like the Diamond bundle is a little cheaper. It's like $20 cheaper, and it has a little bit less plugins, but I'm pretty sure they have different types of plugins. I think Horizon, it says it's the most popular. I think Horizon would be the best bet if you want to buy a bundle to own. Now, there obviously is the Mercury bundle for $2,000, but I would probably advise against this now that I think about it, only because if the Mercury bundle has 200 plugins, which is pretty much everything, and you're paying $2,000, then what you can do is you can just get creative access instead, which is $25 for the year. 240 plugins. And if you do $2,000 divided by 25, I want to get the exact number. $2,000 divided by 25, and that doesn't include tax either. That's 80 months worth. So it will take 80 months before you start paying more than the Mercury bundle. And keep in mind, with Creative Access, you're getting the updates as they come out. If you buy a bundle like Mercury, I'm pretty sure you just have those plugins. If they come out with new versions, you might not be able to get the new versions. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, 80 months divided by 12 is 6.5 years. So it's definitely something to consider. You really can't go wrong with Waves. They are one of the most popular plugin brands. Yeah, and then probably the next, I don't know if I would recommend this to be your only choice of plugins, but Plugin Alliance is another good choice. So they have they have their mega subscription where basically, if I'm not mistaken, they have 3 different sizes. So for example, the smallest size, which is large, you pay monthly, $15 a month. It comes with 200 plugins, but after a year, you get to pick 3 that you want to own. I'm not sure if it's right away that you pick the 3 you want to own or if it's after 1 year. But either way, that's a pretty good deal because if you have it for a couple years, then over time, there's more plugins that you own. And then going to extra large, same thing. 200 plugins, $25 a month, but then you pick 6 that you want to own. And then extra large, same thing, but $30 a month, you pick 10 that you want to own. So this is a good option too. And then Plugin Alliance also commonly does something where if you put 2 plugins in your cart, you can get a discount. Same thing if you put 3 plugins in your cart or 4 plugins in your cart, you get a bit of a discount, which is nice. So other than that, I don't know if there's really any, there's obviously different plugin brands that I use, but when it comes to starting out, the only other thing that I can really think of is FabFilter. And I say that because they offer an education discount, which they recently hooked me up with. I saved a lot of money. I won't lie. And I would personally recommend if you're gonna get something FabFilter and you're just starting out, just get Pro Q4. Don't really worry about the limiter, the compressor, the dynamic EQ or the multiband compressor. I wouldn't worry about that yet. I would just get Pro Q4, to be honest. It really will do everything that you need. To be honest, I would recommend just going with Waves, Creative Access, or the Horizon bundle, and then pick like a FabFilter plugin like Pro Q4, and then pick maybe a few Plugin Alliance plugins that you like or that you want to try. Because then, let's say you go with that route, then you're spending $25 a month for Waves. If you buy, let's say, 2 Plugin Alliance plugins, you're going to spend $50. That's how much I spent today for 2. So $50 plus 25 plus, if you get Pro Q4 without the discount, then it's going to be $180. So 75 plus 180 is $255. So for $255, you'll be pretty set. And keep in mind, the only thing that's recurring in that scenario is just the Waves for $25 a month. That's what I would recommend. I think that's a good way to start. And then obviously, if you do have UAD or even Spark, the problem with Spark is that I don't know how much it is. We could look that up right now. How much is UAD Spark? UAD Spark costs $20 a month or $150 a year. So, I mean, yeah, for $20 a month, that's a good amount of plugins. I mean, if you want to, you pay $20 for Spark, $25 for Creative Access, and then you get Pro Q4. I think that's all you might really need just to start out. And that might be way more than enough, because realistically you can get away with just Spark or just Waves Creative Access and you'll be good. But yeah, I wanted to just lay down these options for anybody out there that is kind of lost, because trust me, I've been there, and all the plugins out there, it could be overwhelming knowing what to get. There are a lot of plugin brands. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, check out the links in the description below. If you guys have any comments, questions, definitely leave them in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.